Hello, hi everybody. Myself Halavat Ramesh. Today we will talk about the very general topic intermediate first year chemistry syllabus. What are the main topics in intermediate, especially in chemistry subject? Lessons, number of lessons we will discuss today. You can see the slide by slide. You can see the chemistry syllabus in the intermediate first year. The first one topic or the first one lesson is atomic structure, and second one lesson is classification of elements and periodicity in properties, and third one chemical bonding and molecular structure, and fourth one states of matter, gases and liquids, and fifth one stoichiometry, sixth one thermodynamic, and seventh one chemical equilibrium and acids and bases, and eighth one hydrogen and its compound, ninth one S block elements, alkaline and alkaline earth metals, 10th one P block elements group 13 boron family, 11th one P block elements group 14 carbon family, and 12th one unit is environmental chemistry, and 13th one organic chemistry, some basics principle and techniques hydrocarbons. This is the intermediate first year chemistry syllabus. Total 13 units are present for state syllabus, and you can see these are the very basics of chemistry lessons in intermediate first year. Now we can see somewhat details. You can see the first one, atomic structure. The first one unit or the first one lesson is the atomic structure. What is atomic structure? The main points I was already written here. You can see that what is the generally electromagnetic radiation. These words are very familiar, especially in atomic structure. What is the electromagnetic radiation? The radiation which is made up of electrical and magnetic field acting mutually perpendicular to each other is called electromagnetic radiation. And second one point is the number of waves pass a point in the path of propagation of wave per second is called frequency. It is denoted by mu. And I can see what is wave number. This is the sum of the new terms. What is the wave number means? The number of waves present in a distance of 1 centimeter is called wave numbers. And according to the Planck's quantum theory, the emission or absorption of energy takes place in the form of small pocket, that is called quanta. This point is very important. Generally they will ask you in even the 2 marks also, what is quanta. According to the Planck's quantum theory, the absorption or emission of energy takes place in the form of small pocket, that is called quanta. The energy of each quantum of radiation is given by E is equal to h mu. You can see the next one. According to the Einstein theory, both absorption and emission of radiation takes place in the form of photon. So the photon is wave particles which has no mass but has energy. The energy of a photon is given by V is equal to h mu. This is the Einstein's formulas, you know everyone. According to Bohr's law, you can see the electron revolves around the nucleus in certain definite circular path called orbit or energy level, or the simply called shell. That is denoted by in letters N. You can see what generally they will ask you what is orbits or what is the energy levels, what is the cell. So according to the Bohr, the electrons revolves around the nucleus certain definite circular path, that is called a orbit. The principal quantum number describes the size of the orbit or energy of the electrons. And what about the azimuthal quantum number? Azimuthal quantum number is denoted by the shapes of the orbital. It will be discussed. The azimuthal quantum number is shape of the orbital. Next one, magnetic quantum number. It is denoted by the special orientation of the orbital. Special orientation of the orbital. Next one, you can talk spin quantum number describes the direction of radiation of the revolving electrons. Okay. Next one, see, wave nature of electron was proposed by the de Broglie. Psi is the known of wave function and psi square known as the probability function. Orbital of equal energy are called degenerate orbitals. Arrangement of electrons in a space around the nucleus in an atom is known as electronic configuration. Atoms or ions which it paid of the electron spins are diamagnetic with unpaired electrons, it is called paramagnetic. How you will describe the either the paramagnetic or the either the diamagnetic? Diamagnetic means the ions or the paired electron. It should be paired electron in spins, that is called diamagnetic. Unpaired electron spins are called paramagnetic. You can see next one, black body. The ideal body which emits or absorbs all frequency of radiation is called black body. What is simple word? What is black body? Means that is the one ideally body, it emit or absorb the frequency, all frequency of radiation, that is called black body. Next we can see what is atomic orbital. See the three-dimensional region of the space around the nucleus in an atom where the probability of finding of electrons is maximum is called atomic orbital. And new one definition is Zeeman effect. This is also very important. The splitting of spectral line into the number of closely spaced lines under the influence of strong magnetic field, that is called Zeeman effect. Zeeman effect means nothing but a splitting of spectral lines by applying the magnetic field, that is called Zeeman effect. Next one is the Stark effect. The splitting of the spectral lines into the number of closely spaced by under the influence of strong electric field, that is called Stark effect. What is the difference between Zeeman effect and the Stark effect? Means the Zeeman effect, the splitting of spectral, it's influenced by the magnetic field, and the Stark effect is the splitting of spectral lines affecting on the electric field. That is the major difference between the Zeeman effect and the Stark effect. Next one, what is the emission spectra? When you talk about the emission spectra, the spectra is formed when the electron jumps from higher orbital to lower orbital, that is called emission spectra. What is the absorption spectra? The spectra is formed from the electron jumps from lower orbit to higher orbital. It's formed due to the absorption of energy is quanta. So what is emission spectra? What is absorption spectra? You need to clear. The electrons will jump from lower orbital to higher orbital, that is called absorption spectra. The electrons are jumped from the higher orbit to lower orbital, that is called emission spectra. Okay. Then what is orbit? If you see the general bit, it is the circular path around the nucleus in which the electrons revolves, that is called orbit. What is orbital? It is the region of the space around the nucleus where the probability of finding the electrons is maximum, that is called orbital. What is electronegativity? Electronegativity is defined as the tendency of an atom to pull electron towards itself, that is called electronegativity. So that is the few of the new words or definition of the electronegativity. Then you can talk about the next one lesson is, when you talk about the next one lesson is, next one unit is to classification of elements or periodicity in properties. That is the second one lesson in chemistry, intermediate first year. This is also a very important lesson, classification of elements and periodicity in properties. According to the modern periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic number or electronic configuration. Based on they will be classified. So based on the entering of the differentiating electrons or elements are classified into 4 blocks. They are the S block elements, P block elements, D block element and F block elements. S block, P block, D block and F block elements. When you see that based on the number of incompletely filled cells, elements are classified into 4 types. They are the one inert gas elements, representative elements, transition elements, inner transition elements. You can see this is the 4 types of incompletely filled cells or incompletely orbits. Okay, and you can see this is topic also very important, ionization enthalpy, IE1 and ionization potential. Next one, you can see the third one unit is, or third one topic or third one lesson is chemical bonding and molecular structure. This is also very important. The attractive force, first we will discuss about what is chemical bonding. The attractive force which holds various constituents like atoms or ions etc. together in a different chemical species is called chemical bonding. These are the chemical bondings are majorly 5 types. One is ionic bond, covalent bonds, hydrogen bond, van der Waals interactions and metallic bonds. These are the 5 types of chemical bonds. Ionic bond, covalent bond, hydrogen bonds, van der Waals interactions bond and metallic bonds. Then you can see the molecular structure and bonding. VSVPR theory, VBT valency bond theory, molecular orbital theory, hydrogen bonding. You can see this is that various linear combination of atomic orbital. You can see the mind mapping of this structure. And you can see here, this is also you will understood what is the noble gas. This chemical bond octant rule and the Cushel-Lewis approach of the chemical bond, ionic bond, covalent bond, Lewis dot structure. And you can see here here is important things is bond parameters. What are the bond parameters? This is very important, especially in this topic. Bond length, bond angle, bond enthalpy, bond order, polarity of bond, resonance structure. These are the bond parameters. Okay, and you can see next slide. Few of the 2 marks question generally they will ask in you any competitive exams like MSET, IIT, JEE mains exams. Noble gas does not form compounds and why? This is very the question. You can see noble gas are the stable electronic configuration in the valency cells NS2 NP6. Why? Because it is octant structure. So helium has 2 electrons. So that's why it will be does not form the compounds, especially noble gas. Second one question, name the types of bonds in present in ice. If you can see the real life, you can every day you will use the ice creams. So what are the bonds present in the ice cream? So covalent bond and intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond and covalent bond are present in the ice creams. Next one, third one question is give an example of 2 linear molecules, ethane and carbon dioxide. The 2s are the best example for the linear combination, linear molecular structure. Why boiling point of water is very high? That is also very general question. Due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bond is the problem to formation of in water molecule. That's why water always shows the high boiling point. Next one, you can see they calculate the hydrogen bonding order of helium. Helium contains 4 electrons. The electronic configuration of H2, the bond order is 1/2 Nb by Na. Nb is the number of bonding electrons. Na is the number of anti-bonding electrons. 1/2 is equal to 2 into 2, 0. So helium does not exist any further. Name 2 types of hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds are mainly 2 types, intermolecular hydrogen bond and intramolecular hydrogen bonds. And you can see the 7th one question, what is the structure of ammonia and water molecules? Ammonia is generally the structure is pyramidal and the water is the V shape or bend structure respectively. Then you can see that VSPR, this is also valence shell electron pair repulsion. This is very important for 4 marks. And VBT valency bond theory, that is also they will ask you nowadays in exams in IPE. And the MOT molecular orbital theory, LCA linear combination of atomic orbital. These are the few of the important topics, especially in chemical bonding and molecular structure. Next one is see the 4th one unit or 4th one lesson is states of matter, gases and liquids. A states of matter is a way to describe the behavior of atoms or molecules in a substance. There are the 3 main common states of matter, solid, liquid and gaseous states. So the plasma is the sometimes referred to as the 4th state of the matter. While it's similar to a gas, the electrons are free in a cloud rather than attached to individual atoms. Next one you can see here the solid, liquid and gaseous states. This is the main 3 states of matter, and the 4th one stage is the plasma, how it will form vaporization, condensation, freezing and melting point and sublimation reaction.